Hi, sir. My name is Abin Girish, and today we would like to present our project to you, which is for our externship program. The topic we have chosen is face detection robot simulation using ROS. So our team members in this for this project is Divyansh Agarwal, Dishika Podar, Abin Girish, Rajat Srivastava. So to give you an introduction, we have used OpenCV for this project. So OpenCV is like a huge open source library for computer vision, machine learning, image processing. OpenCV supports a wide variety of programming languages, and it can help us process images and videos and identify faces or even handwriting for a human. So when it's integrated with various libraries from ROS as well as we can build a project that we will be explaining as we go through the slides. So I would like to hand it over to Dishika from here onwards. She will explain more about the project. Dishika, over to you.
So, thank you. Some of the goals that we achieved through this project was making a robot that would be controlled, a robot on ROS that would be controlled using our terminal, and also an OpenCV program that detects images. Our problem statement was basically to build a phase-based user verification robot that serves many purposes like a purposes in places like a multi-specialty hospital with a lot of doctors and patients, in places that needed directing patients to concerned doctors, which would be a difficult and risky task for humans to do since many of those patients would be contagious. Here, some of the programming languages that we used were C++, Python, and uh, we also used OpenCV and XML to build a URDF file. So a brief description of our project would be as follows. So we built a face detector model that employs an OpenCV face detector to obtain an initial set of detection. It then prunes false positives using stereo depth information. The depth information is used to predict the real world size of detected face, which is then preserved as a true face detection only if the size is realistic for a human face. This removes majority of the false positives given by the OpenCV detector. This module was then deployed on a Gazebo robot with the help of URDF and Chaco files. Here is our bot. Next slide, please. And here is the world built using the URDF and Chaco files. Now I would like to hand over to Rajat to explain the rest.
So let's come to the advantages of our project. So the first advantage of our project on the software terms can be using ROS and OpenCV, which are both open source. This reduces the cost of investment in programming a robot. Next can be said as the pre-built packages and usability of the code, because in ROS and OpenCV, both of them are like compiled on C++ and Python packages, and ROS is a meta operating system. So we don't actually need to code an operating system from start, and we use pre-built packages of image detection and face detection. Along with that, because it after we not code an operating system from the start, we can see that it results in time saving. And over here in ROS and OpenCV, both being open source, there is a very large community available worldwide for like solving the doubts and updating the packages every day. Moreover, we have a very good documentation if one wants to refer to it for developing any kind of project. Disadvantage of using ROS is complex to understand, and there are various multiple distribution and versions of ROS available. Uh, this results in problem of backward compatibility within the versions. And if we talk about ROS 2, then it is not available across all the operating systems right now, and the developed software is glitchy still. Along with that, we can say that if we are dealing with heavy graphics regarding the designing of a robot, then we need a good GPU and a CPU, which results in the cost of hardware. So we need to use good ray tracing hardware. Application can be done on commercial and individual basis. For example, a phase user verification robot serves in many purposes, like we can say as a multi-speciality hospital, and we can even say that it can be used for attendance managing and where there is no human interaction. So, moreover, we can in the current pandemic situation, where in the COVID we have to reduce the human interaction and maintain social distancing. We can use this to deploy it in banks, offices, to maintain distance. Moreover, in old age homes and schools, for interaction entertainment purposes. Switchoscope can be said as an absolutely autonomous building robot, which will completely eradicate the need for human interaction. It can be integrated with the image recognition model, or we can say computer vision that identify humans who are unknown and have features such as buzzer or other forms of alarm with along with an web interface. Thank you. So I would like to now ask my friend Jessica to take over the presentation.
So I'll be explaining a part of the course to you people. Firstly, we built. Firstly, we created a workspace for our project by the name of project underscore work underscore WS, which represents the workspace. Here we created two packages, namely mybot underscore description and mybot underscore gazebo. Mybot underscore description has all the URDF files concerning the build of our robot, which basically specifies how the gazebo and these files are gazebo and shackle files, which explain uh, how our robot looks and the features it has, such as the camera, the kind of wheels it has, and so on. The so mybot underscore gazebo contains a world file that basically creates a new world for us to work with. And if the launch file, there is a launch file in the name of mybot underscore world dot launch, which basically explains the kind of world that we are creating. Uh, apart from the URDF files, the mybot underscore description file also has launch files for Arvis, and that's it for our world and our URDF. Now I'd like to hand over to Rajat to explain about the OpenCV part. Over to you, Rajat.
Which is what we use for our classification. So over here for the image classifications, we have our classifier predefined. So over here in our project, now we have come to the image recognition application which we have built using OpenCV. So OpenCV is a library of programming functions which is aimed at real-time computer vision. So it was developed by Intel and now it's an open source platform where we can use it for various different computer vision uh, applications. We have even used CV Bridge, which is another package or another package we can say which is used for converting the raw images to OpenCV and vice versa. So this helps us to uh, deploy our images from to the robot and receiving them from the robot and doing all the machine learning algorithm function which we want to do. Along with this, we use our Hash Cascade um, classifier function, which helps us detect the images. In hard cascade classifier, it's a machine learning algorithm approach where we send images as in positive and negative data, where the positive data denotes the actual training classifier data. For example, here it is the face images. Now we will go through the iteration of the for loop in phases. So after a phase is detected, and what our OpenCV package is supposed to do is we should be able to put a rectangle box around the image as it is detected by the classifier. Next, we put a text with the phase detect phase tag under it. On the top, we have subscriber and publisher topics where the image data is published and sent back to the system. Now I'll transfer the next part of the presentation to my friend Yash.
As my friend Rishika and Rajat explained the various packages, now with the help of ROS launch, we have opened the Gazebo hole. As you can see, the ROS launch command from my board Gazebo has launched the board with the bot inside it. Now, we use the teleop to control the teleop package to control our bot. As you can see, the bot moves according to our inputs. With the help of RQT, we can visualize the various scenarios the robot is going through. So we have a list of topics, but here we focus on the raw image. This shows the whatever the camera on the bot is seeing. As you can see, as we move, the board view changes, but it's not detecting the faces yet. It is because we haven't started the face my board motion package. To start that, we'll use another window and type run my board as it's part of my board motion and face by. This runs the face by script. Now you can see if we try to add another visualization to, you can see we are receiving the face topic. But as there is no face within the camera view, we have to change it. So let's try changing it. As you can see, as soon the face comes in, the detected face mark uh, inside the RQT. And as soon as we move it a little bit, it also comes in the face detection pop-up window, which was described in the face by script, where we can see there's a I am show face detection seek image code. This shows how each package of rows connects and works with each other. We can also visualize the various nodes within the, also with help of RQT, we can visualize the various node graph of how the things are working. As you can see, the node graph clearly shows how each of the node and the topic works with each other. We can see the teleop keyboard from CMD well, and through the gazebo, it goes to our face and the port camera face direction program and the image raw topic. So the same has been included in our PPT. As you can see in the board, the robot has a camera with 4 wheels. Now we can see all the topics working together and the faces detected of all the images. Thank you. Now I transfer to Abin.
Thank you, Divyansh, for that explanation of our project. So, sir, that brings us to the end of this project. So, to sum up, sir, we have explained what OpenCV is, how it has been helpful for us to build a face detecting robot. So, this is just the beginning of how we can build these things in the real world applications, and the opportunities and the usability of these things in the real world is so much more. And in future, we would like to develop these things maybe later on. And this and thanks to ROS and the open source availability of all these packages, we were able to build these kind of softwares, which was in previously was very difficult, and you need very highly skilled years of experience to develop these software. So this ROS and OpenCV community has made this thing easier for us. So first of all, I would like to thank the community for that, and as well as also we are looking forward to using these kind of softwares and tools to make more realistic projects that we can use in the future. So that's it to the end of the video, and thank you so much for watching, sir, and I hope you have a good day, and we hope you like this video. Thank you.